Hey everybody, Matt Sellhorst, Boat Dealer Profits, here with another Profits Cove. It's a beautiful spring day out here at the lake, and I wanted to talk about it. Something I talk about in my fast track program, something I talk about in my boot camps. It's the story of the Acre of Diamonds. If you've never read the story or never heard the idea, Russell Herman Cromwell told this story as he was raising money for to fund Temple University. It was a long time ago, and he told the story of this African farmer. This African farmer owned this big farm, and there was the craze of diamonds. There were being diamonds found all over Africa, and he decided that he wanted to get in on the action. So what he did is he sold his farm and he journeyed all across the continent of Africa to try to find these diamonds. Well, as he ran out, he walked away from his farm, toured all around the continent, and as you can imagine with the story, he didn't find anything. Finally, he came home destitute, broke, and goes back to his original farm, and lo and behold, the person that bought the farm had one day found a little rock. A rock that was sitting in a stream, had a little bit of a glimmer to it, but just looked like a rock. So he puts it up on his mantle place. It's just kind of a curiosity piece. Wasn't really sure what it was. And a friend walks over and visits his neighbor and says, "Hey, did you realize that's a diamond?" And the guy had no idea it was a diamond. It turns out they didn't realize that the diamond in the raw state didn't look like, the diamond that's on my wife's ring. And this farmer was sitting on one of the world's largest diamond mines right there on his farm that he had sold off and walked away from. And why I like to tell that story and why I think it's important, and I bring it up today because I've recently been working with a client that is sitting on what I call an acre of diamonds. They have all of their files, all of their prospects are on paper. They've been in business for 30, 40 years. I don't remember what their start date was, but been in business for decades. And they do not have all of their clients in some sort of database. Not only do they not have them in a database, they don't communicate with them at all. The only time that they communicate with their prospects and with their clients is when they actually reach out to the dealership. Now, here's the concept, and this is where you may have an opportunity. Do you have all of the people that you do business with, that you come in contact with, that could potentially be a prospect? Do you have them in a database, whether it's a contact management system, some sort of, even an Excel list, with their names, their addresses, their phone numbers, and their emails? Or are you sitting on an acre of diamonds? I know a dealer that the salespeople literally sat on the acre of diamonds. All of the files for the past 30 years were sitting under their desk, under the dock that they sat on. And nobody had ever thought to go in and actually put those in the system so they could start communicating with those people that have already spent money with them, obviously know them, obviously like them, obviously trust them, and they've let them go. Studies have shown that for every month that goes by that you don't communicate with a prospect, you lose 10% of the relationship. So over a year's time, you practically are starting over from scratch if you don't consistently communicate with those people. So I encourage you. Yes, I know it's the springtime. Yes, I know that there's an opportunity to get the next buyer. But think about, are you sitting on an acre of diamonds? Do you have prospects? Do you have leads? Do you have previous customers, service customers, parts and accessories customers, whatever, detailing customers, whatever services you all offer? Do you have those people in a system, and are you communicating with them? Having them in a system is just the start, because if you don't actually communicate with them, you're just sitting on an acre of diamonds that is in a system. You really need to communicate with them on a consistent basis to generate that relationship, repeat referral business, as well as your prospects, getting them in for the first time. Just like you get these weekly newsletters from me, whether you bought something or not, everybody receives these communications because I'm keeping myself in front of you. I'm adding value. I'm trying to provide good, solid content, some good ideas, throwing out some actual strategies, keeping you thinking how you can grow and develop your business. Because I know that the hundreds of people that are on my distribution list that get my newsletter, that receive this Profits Cove e-newsletter, that relationship that you're building there is your acre of diamonds. That is one of the most, if not the most valuable asset in your dealership, in your entire boat business, is your list of people that have expressed an interest in boating, have given you some money at some point, and have that relationship with you. So I encourage you, get them out of the files into a system, and then take that system and have a strategy to communicate with them consistently. If you're interested in learning more, I know this is a busy time of year, but just last week I talked to a client that said, you know what, Matt, we are ready for a great season. We've missed our goal. We've missed our goal for a couple years in a row. I know the opportunity's there. We just need to do something different, and we're getting started with that program. So if you're interested in a strategy session, go to successfulboatdealers.com, fill that out, and I'll get on the phone for an hour call. That's usually about what it is. We'll talk about your business. It'll be a free hour consultation, essentially. If there's any ways that I can help you down the line, we'd be glad to do it. But either way, it's a very, very valuable call, and be glad to squeeze you in as I'm working with all my other clients. Again, that's successfulboatdealers.com. But remember, the acre of diamonds. Get those people in the system, communicate with them consistently. Thanks a lot, and we will talk to you next week.